Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play HOI4, the new organized Iberian. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So, we had some anti-corruption protest. We tried to deal with the corruption. People were a little upset that we maybe cracked down a little bit too hard on the, on those who were corrupt. But, aside from that, everything seems like it's going relatively okay. I mean, Japan's kind of had, you know, they've gone into crisis. You were also fighting out amongst each other, and I'm sure that, you will apparently researching nuclear weapons, but I'm sure that Boris Yeltsin here will probably the one to completely unify all of Russia. I mean, he has 62 divisions against, at most, like 30 something. I mean, having double the amount of troops as your enemy, and also I think being the most populated section of Russia, definitely is going to help out your position in the long run. Just a guess on my part. And yeah, Central Siberia, they will absolutely lose, because once Boris Yeltsin gets involved, like, they can't fight a two-front war. But I think I see when they join a war, don't they declare a war on both these people at the same time? I think they declare war on both of them at the exact same time. They might also focus on trying to take over Central Asia, but we'll kind of have to see how that goes. Okay, got national focus. Let's see if our reforms have gone over well, or if I've failed miserably. Classified transcript. We have managed what was believed to be impossible. Even you decried his actions being too ambitious to come to fruition. But God is looking out over us, and you know he rewards those with the utmost faith in his goals. This certainly makes our ability to enact strong changes in the country easier. Our citizens must be free to live comfortable lives, where they can pursue their goals to the best of their abilities. The old system of the despots clearly had never protected this. If we must read between the lines with certain constitutional matters, then so be it. No greatness was born without sacrifice, and in this case, I'm sure our dear lady democracy is willing to bleed for the good of the people that it presides over. Do we have any suitable candidates already lined up for the more important judicial roles? I may have some further suggestions. Some fresh new faces in the organization are proving very adept at handling tricky matters, such as those we believe to wrestle with the future. Of course, they are loyal believers in the cause. Add them to the list. An attack on the very core of our project. A slow rasping at the door, shifting his gaze lazily from the papers he was working on. The president gives the signal to enter. The sight greeted him should have worried him immediately. An exhausted staffer, clearly eager to get his message out on the one hand, yet timidly reserved on the other, if fearing Lieutenant's reaction. Get on with it, please. I have a lot of work. I still need to finish before the cabinet meeting tomorrow. With a spluttering cough, the young man conveyed a message in the grave tone. The head of Obosdia, Joseph Ascara, who had been making his way home after meeting with the president early in the day, had been shot by a lone assailant while climbing into his car. He had quickly rushed to the hospital, but the condition of his at this point, in time was unclear. It was likely that the assassin was a flight list unhappy with the current political system. The gears were already beginning to turn, even as before the staffer could finish. Utrus considered the possible assassin list of motives, considered consequences. Then he remembered that it had been his friend who was lying in the hospital, possibly at death's door, and he rushed out of his chair past the sputtering man. Okay, I mean, that's not good, I would say. The visit. The sight of the old friend nearly felled the proud president, a man who, even despite his momentary pessimism, could often still take the positives out of a terrible situation. Ezra lay entirely still, his face gray and his features calm. The machines were ticking and beeping rhythmically along with the religious leader, who had been a rock in the president's term up until now. I mean, it's only been like 4 months. In his momentary weakness, the president stepped forward, stumbling almost to the sight of his friend. He almost shrieked when suddenly Ezra's eyes snapped open, and he gripped Yusuf's arm tightly. "Come closer," he whispered gravely. The president leant in and just fixed him, intense yet delirious still, whispered, and the whisper came firmer. "You know what to do." I don't like this at all. What do we have to what do we have to do? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What are you? Oh, yeah, you're the terrorist thing. I don't care about that anymore. Yeah, no, he's been shot. I wonder if, like, we'll be going into crisis soon? Because it'd be, like, these, you know, they'd like to check, you know, Iberia is not in crisis. And, I mean, no other decision tree so far has had that modifier. Well, it's true that that could just be for the oil crisis. I'm sure there are more crises that could potentially happen. The 1st of May. It'd been over 30 years since the day had last been publicly celebrated on the peninsula. A surprise occasion still privately celebrated among many, yet with democracy's restoration, the prohibition has finally been lifted, and today all of Iberia awoke to shutter business and closed schools, not because of workers' strike or impending disaster, but in celebration of an old holiday made new again. Every major city of note found their urban centers filled with people, men and women of all ages, factory women, clerks, and switchboard operators, and dozens of other professions. Red flags flew high, along with picket signs and banners emblazoned on the slogans of political parties, both small and big. Today's children celebrate the day off from school and work to enjoy a holiday, to rest, organize, or to plan. On this 1st of May, Iberia celebrates a long overdue Labor Day. For first time centuries, the man in the streets to say yes had a great deal of confidence for economy and its institutions. Is Franco, like, still, like, nominally in charge of the country? You know, like how Queen Elizabeth is, like, she's technically the monarch of, like, Britain, but she doesn't have any real power. Like, is that what's happening right now in Iberia? Like, is Franco... Apparently so, that's organized. Like, did we not upgrade you to, like, Spartan guys or whatever? But anyways, like, is Franco and the Cadillos, are they still technically in charge? Like, on paper, like, they're the heads of state? And while this guy's head of government, and then they're kind of, like, different roles. Franco's more of, like, a ceremonial position. I'm not too sure. Okay, let's see how successful our efforts have been. I'm not even too sure what we were trying to do, to be honest. After that, let us be a responsible democracy. Classified transcript. Transcript taken from the mansion early afternoon. Were you not the one that was shot? Okay, no. Okay, he was shot, but there's still more to go on. I am pleased to see you look better already. You don't have to restrain yourself soon. Everything is coming along as planned. Both judiciary and legislative are beginning to be filled with OSD loyalists ready to serve the cause. You may rest while I facilitate the next stage. And let you have all the glory of victory by yourself? I think not so. Both men left briefly, resulting in Esquina falling into a coughing fit. Our other plans? May I ask what I asked you to do in the hospital? A short, seemingly uncomfortable pause. You won't have to worry about the flan list once again. You were out here and back to work. I promise you that. Why are we getting 10% stability loss? Are the market liberals like the bad guys? Like, is this the bad ending of the democracy route that I've accidentally stumbled upon? Maybe? I don't know. I have no clue. We have 27 days, so you're finished. Mediterranean Tante. We get some bonus with the Kingdom of Egypt. I got bad news for you. The Kingdom of Egypt doesn't exist anymore. But our manpower is still low. And we don't really need to change any of that, right? I mean, how much troops do you guys have? You have 5 divisions. We might as well secure the entire border with you. I mean, and the oil crisis still has not happened. Apparently you're a Sock intern member. I like how you're still considered the rebellion, even though you're now the ones in charge of the country. Also, this is... Oh, no, you're an associate and you're a member. And wait, who's in charge of it then? Are you in charge of it? No, you're a member as well. Cuba, maybe? I have no idea. Anyways. Council 70. At the Teatro de la Comida in Madrid, the curtains were drawn and the crowd held their breath. They had heard that this was a place to be in September, and indeed the theater was packed with people in anticipation. Also, it's June, but you know, what do I know? A new theater troupe was putting on a play like no other. The band immediately launched with a furious tune of guitars, drums, and a high-pitched buzz of a kazoo. The master of ceremony stepped onto the stage. And now, my respectful offense, I present to you Castanio 70. He proclaimed it with a flourish, each word more triumphant than the last. And other performers followed him onto the stage as the band started back and the actors broke into song. In a span of 10 minutes, the crowd began to chuckle, then giggle, then roar into laughter, and applause as the play hit them with one ridiculous sketch after the another. It was a rambunctious, merciless parody of such topics such as private property, advertising, television, imperialism, family, sex, and the rich. The crowd found it vibrant, joyful, and hilarious as it was transgressive. Just a year ago, such a play would never have made it through the censors. The atmosphere was thrilling, and the audience was collectively indulging their favorite guilty pleasure. Critics have been right. Cazuela 70 was unlike anything ever presented in Iberia, and despite an announcement from the conservative sectors, it appears that if Iberians have an appetite for precisely this kind of comedy. Like, we're almost capped out on political power. Like, I think 2000 is the cap. And I mean, like, and I can't do anything here. Apparently we have no supervision over the military. That seems like pretty bad. I like how one just kill them all. It's like, okay. Okay, after this, let's go for a research slot. We'll go to you. I know we have planes. Outdated equipment. Let's upgrade our main battle tanks to be better. Upgrade our fighters to be better. Early interceptors. There we go. I mean, that all seems decent enough. I mean, we're still actually missing resources. We could get some aluminum. Current trade law on Bros MacArthur. Apparently we can't trade with the United States. Oh no, we're already trading with the United States. Never mind, I have no idea what I'm talking about. Also, don't trade with Japan anymore. Because I think they've gone a little bit evil. So we're importing some rubber as well. Also from Japan. Let's get those. We'll set that down to 0. Let's get a rubber for the United States instead. Got better fighting vehicles. Let's follow you up with more voting booths. More stability. Yeah, so let's go over universal voting. You guys can upgrade to advanced infantry fighting vehicles. The importance of a responsible democracy. Democracy, a concept filled with the amalgamation of different ideas and themes, is nearly as old as Western civilization itself. To see its power, one must look no further than the renewed prosperity and might of the United States. A giant awakened, almost towering over the other great power regimes. Why not emulate this? Yet, we have to be careful. This cannot be thrust on the people without consideration for the lack of liberty of the Iberian culture. How can such a powerful tool be given to citizenry who still imparts respect to the empty promises of demagogues, whether it be on the left or the right? This has been a slow process, one guided by our party, as we have Iberia's future at the core of our mission, not personal advantage. This is our mission from God, to infuse the culture with individualism and to accompanying responsibility, allow people to fend for themselves and see that their voice has impact and therefore consequence. Until then, we must reign like a backdrop, or like the backroom despots of the past. So get more voting booths, regional elections, everything will be guided by the church. What else do we want to research? I guess we'll go for air support, while we also upgrade our tanks. No, infantry fighting vehicles. Let's make you into advanced or improved. Yeah, so now Iraq has exploded into open warfare. We got Ba'athist Iraq against the Islamic Republic of Iraq, Kurdistan, and the Iraqi Republic. And you are just normal Iraq. Yeah, so I think the Baathists are the one that are completely backed by the Nazis. If I believe so. Anarchy in the East, hostilities. Can you do anything else? Like, not really, right? The oil crisis has started. And apparently the Syrian Republic now exists. I don't know when they became independent from you. And you guys have also formed the United Arab States. You know, you have very, very different guiding ideologies. So they might intervene in Iraq. I'm not too sure. Like, do I have anything about that? I don't. Actually, it looks like we don't. Emergency policy. So I'm assuming, yeah, you are now... Yeah. GDP. Yeah, so now you're worrying about the oil crisis. You're worried about the... Okay, now it's hit us. Fantastic, thank you. But if we can wait the 10 days for this to finish... Because we click this button right away, this will go back down to 0, which is not what I want. The oil crisis hits Iberia. Long-built tension in the Middle East have finally erupted, culminating in several emergent rebel groups and former colonies fighting either amongst each other or against the former overlord. With this wide-scale conflict, however, comes a cost. The Middle East contains vital resources hidden underneath its desert sands, with access to valuable minerals cut off. General pricing has fluctuated significantly, causing widespread economic downturn among many countries in the process. Unfortunately, the Iberian Federation was not spared from this, and the majority of its oil was imported from abroad. At the same time, as the situation escalates, nations with large stockpiles either refuse to sell any of their precious petroleum, or spiking prices at extremely high values. Another disadvantage brought on by this is the oil shortage, is that the departure of several foreign businesses operating in Iberia alongside a mass frenzy of investors panicking and selling their stocks before it's too late. This has led to the Iberian Federation to experience nationwide cycles of worker layoffs, mass unemployment, and incurrent a large amount of debt. The government has announced plans to devote the remaining resources intensively in order to quickly solve the immediate problems, but the entire situation remains uncertain. I mean, will you finish before this is done? I mean, yeah, we have the oil crisis. And you are... Political power... I mean, our stability is still, like, decent, even with all this. Yeah, we can't do any of this stuff until we've dealt with the oil crisis now. But, like, doesn't Algeria have, like, decent oil supplies? Yeah, they have 18. Actually, why am I importing from the United States? When I can import instead just from you. I mean, if our puppets have oil, I don't think it's that bad. Oil for those who pay, earn your wage. Our expenses will decrease sharply. So of course, we're going for a good old-fashioned austerity. What else do we have? Generous tax cut, or no, general tax cut. Allow private services. You will thank us later. Negotiate with creditors. Find new markets. Energy. Let the market sort itself out. And a crucial moment in history. But again, we can't finish all this until we're dealt with this goddamn oil crisis. And we don't really have the ability to, like, intervene or anything like that. Under the mattress. Okay, so I mean, Iraq's actually doing pretty well for itself. So who's actually going to win? We have 6, 8, 5, and 4. So I mean, the Ba'athists have the most troops at the moment. Under the mattress. Cantil Bisbal came home, mind racing, and hurried to his bedroom. Cantil, what's wrong? Lucia asked. Surprised to see her husband come home and not give so much as a greeting. What are you doing? Lucy was baffled by what she saw. Her husband kneeling by his bed with the mattress leaning on his head as he placed a small sack of banknotes on the bed rail. Where'd he get all that money? Kanto lifted his head and placed his mattress down. Our bank account? Why on earth do we need that much? How much is it anyways? Everything. 688 pesos and 20 centimos. It's too dangerous any other way. Too dangerous? Sale, this is crazy. What are you talking about? Have you seen the news? The price of oil has doubled. The economy is going to collapse. If I don't withdraw my savings from the bank now, you wouldn't have any savings left to withdraw from in a week. Look, Kai, I know that gas is more expensive these days, but shut up, please. I'm sorry. I'm just Lucia. I've had a really bad day. I can find a better place to put it, but not the bank. We can't keep it there anymore. Lucia was frustrated as she was confused. Let's talk about this later. I just made you dinner. Santo and Lucia sat beside each other before the living room table, each with a baked potato and a short glass. I mean, my dinner being only a baked potato is like... I think like the other day, I just ate a bowl of mashed potatoes with my dinner, so I kind of relate. Gazing quietly at the news report playing on television before them, stocks are falling fast. Economics warn that a recession is imminent, and it seems nobody is sure where Iberia can find itself, or where Iberia can find oil to keep the economy afloat. Sayo, can you keep our money under the mattress? Look, we conquered Algeria for a reason, right? That's all I'm saying. We conquered Algeria, like, I mean, the government has enough oil. Actually, no, we don't. We're now losing. We're still losing oil, actually. America. I mean, you have so much oil. You should, like, give me 2 factories worth. There we go. Now we have enough oil for... We have enough oil, at least for the industries right now. Yeah, the refiners are costing 622. So we got Iraq versus the Ba'athist Iraq. Kurdistan is still surviving. Apparently, you're also dealing with the oil crisis, which I'm surprised by. Like, does everybody have inland exploration? Opposition to Italian imperialism? Oh, you got a focus trade like way over here. So it looks like you are backing not in a faction with. Why would Italy and Japan ever be in a faction together? I don't know. Limit our commitment. Yeah, so you're gonna oppose Italian imperialism. And I guess after that, you're gonna kind of I mean, I'm guessing most of the stuff probably doesn't have any focus events right now. Okay, I mean, you're locking decisions. Okay, so I mean, you can still do stuff. Does China also have a, Oh yeah, because they also got the oil crisis that they now have to deal with as well. I mean, everybody kind of has to deal with it, right? Let's follow that with oil for those who can pay. But yeah, let's slash all of the subsidies. I'm sure that's going to go okay for everyone. But for right now, I think it's going to be a good time for us to end this episode. So thanks everybody for watching. As I answer them, if you've enjoyed, run thumbs up. And not enjoy, click thumbs down. If you want to see more, subscribe. And goodbye.